So it's raining outside, so I just try and remember all these little bits of information which will be really handy for you if you're trying to fix what I was fixing. So there's the top of the diesel pump, and there is a little filter where the fuel goes into the pump. So let me have a look for it. So you see this pipe here. That pipe here is where the fuel goes in, and the filter is inside here. So you need to undo this bolt back here. You see this bolt here, and then you can hook out this filter. Now, people were saying to me, just make a hole in it, but then I couldn't see in there to see whether I'd made a hole, so I kept on trying until I got it out. And I got it out with this little tool there with a funny hook on it. Now, as you're doing that, you are going to need to undo this bolt here that holds the pipe in place. Now you will get it in pieces, you will get that to come off, but you won't get it back on. And so what you're going to be looking for is a 14mm bolt at the bottom of the pump, and it's basically right above the engine mount, and it's really quite difficult to get in there. Now, one thing is the engine mount is hollow, and whenever you drop the bolt it will fall inside the engine mount and you can't get it out. So if you put a rag in there, then you've given yourself a bit of a chance. And there it is, there it goes in the bottom of the pump. So this picture is basically to show you that one of the handiest ways to do it is to take the wheel off and then take the trim off here, and then you can get your hands in there. You could even take the engine mount off if you wanted to. It probably wouldn't take you any longer. So after doing that and putting it back together, there was no difference. It was still problematic, smoky, and a lack of power and kind of hesitant, but it would start perfect and it would idle perfect. So we had the injectors tested. 2 of them showed up as being faulty, and then we got all of them rebuilt, and after putting them back in we still had the same problem. So a retired diesel specialist told us to turn the pump and advance the timing. So let me see, where's pictures of that? I haven't got them here. Let me see if I can find them. Right, I found those 2 missing photos now. He said to turn the pump and advance the timing, which we did. And this is how far we moved it, this gap here, because these marks were almost lined up. These are visible at the top of the engine. Right, let me go and just try and show you how we did it. So basically the pump has 2 12mm bolts, one either side, or nuts, whatever they are, and that enables you to turn it, but it's really difficult to turn. Now, to undo the other nut on the back of the pump, you need to put a long bar all the way down the back from above the gearbox. And once you've loosened the nuts and you've taken off the bracket down here that supports the pump, we had to put a bar and a trolley jack, and we pushed on the pump in order to get it to move. And the top of the pump, see the top of the pump here, we moved that towards the engine, the top of the pump, and that advances the timing. So if I go back now here, we advanced the timing by about 5mm, because if you look at the 12mm bolt, the flat edge on it is about 7mm, and so if we go back to this photo here, you can see that I think that's probably around about 5mm, which seemed like a really long way to adjust it. We kept doing it in stages, and then the engine came perfect. It would rev up and it wouldn't be smoky, and it wasn't hesitant, and it had a load more power. I think that's all I can tell you. So that's the journey we had, but if you've got something like this, this will be a whole load of information that will be kind of handy for you. I could actually say, you see the diesel pipes that go to the injectors? Yeah, don't ever bend them, just undo them at both ends and take them off completely, and then put them back on again, because if you bend them, you'll never get them right again.